Good morning, Rumble Studios. Good morning, Rumble Studios. Good morning, Rumble Studios on this 10.21.2024. Current time is 06:01 a.m., top of the hour here in upstate New York. That's the southern tier of upstate New York where I live and reside. This morning, Rich Roberts at Fireman Rich over there on X, my mainstay for social media postings and stuff. Did a lot of posting on X yesterday with the Bills football game. Great game. They won. Just going to go right to the chase. They ended up winning. But welcome to the broadcast here. And good morning to Tina. Tina, our Jersey girl. First one in the chat this Monday morning. Start of a new week, folks. Start of a new week to work once again towards the weekend. Good morning, Tina from New Jersey, central New Jersey there. And I do hope everybody had a good I don't know what that is on Twitch. Their rewards enabled. That shit get sidetracked. But I hope everybody had a good weekend. I did. Yeah, I had a fair week. Yeah, it was pretty good. Didn't start out too good Friday evening. I lost my chess game, but the rest of the weekend was good. No, I had a good chess match. Even though I lost, I should have won it. Had me backed up against the wall, and then I had him backed up against the wall, and I was coming down for the kill, and I was this one little piece I wasn't paying attention to, forked. Did it put a checkmate? It put a check on the king, and I had to move the queen to block it, but he could take my queen or something like that. I lost my queen. And then my neighbor that I play against, we're evenly matched for the most part. I think he's got me on an edge a little bit because he's very methodical as far as on his moves. I'm like a speed chess player and stuff like that, but I make a few mistakes along the way as far as that goes. So, we're at the start of another week working towards the weekend, and on this Monday, and but we're starting off with a hashtag positive start today, hashtag PSTTD. Make sure I get that in along with The morning coffee. It's all about the coffee. We don't say much about the coffee, but the coffee's there. It's a great supporter of the broadcast. Gets me going in the morning. Well, we are getting started here, and it's like I'm starting on time for a change. Thereabouts. No, I got up at the regular time. I got up about a little after 5 and stuff, and set up my my little toys and stuff like that for the. What happened to my Twitch on the tablet here? Huh. The setup on my the PC desk here, and whatnot. So go ahead and dismiss that. So we're off to a good start for Monday. We're not running late like I was Friday and Thursday. I think I ran late or something like that. Wednesday and Friday last week and all that. So, but we did have a good weekend. I took Saturday off for broadcasting and all that. And what is it? Yesterday we had. I did a broadcast, a weekend edition yesterday, which was turned out to be very well. I haven't done one of those in a while, so we did that early morning. I just woke up early and went ahead and did that. And then 10:30 we had our good friend Tony D, who I like to promote. Tony D, Tony Tone 163 over there on X. We had a great panel of Belt Kings fantasy football, talking about fantasy football and football, along with Michael Bathurst, who was on the panel there. There's Michael. That's his at Michael Bathurst, but what's it? It's hashtag shout MGB or something like that. He's also at MGB, but Michael Bathurst, he was on our panels yesterday. So we had a really good broadcast. As far as it's always fun being on that broadcast, and I thank Tony for letting this bonehead delusional old man, as I go into the next card, who coined me that. And I'll be honest, I got a little pissed at it. I was like, what the hell? He knows I'm 66 years old, so why wouldn't I? But he had fun with it, and I had a little fun with some stuff there too, I guess. But the second football broadcast was our good friend Glick, the nonsensical over there on the Nonsensical Network at Nonsensical Non 2. And I'm putting up the card here. For those folks that are listening on the audio pod, thank you very much for your listen. Just so you know that for the broadcast, the live stream folks, I do repurpose this on the audio format there for Nonsensical Non 2 over there on X is where you can find Glick's football broadcast. Unnecessary roughness. I get the mind going and stuff like that, and all that. And but I'm at Fireman Rich on all those on X and all those other fine. But YouTube, I'm over here. YouTube at Richard M. Roberts. Okay, that's the YouTube page as far as that goes. And I'm getting all these cards here to repurpose them. There is something coming up though. We're getting towards it. We only got 10 more days. 10 more days in this month, so we're 2/3 of the way through. Next month starts something, and for the folks that are listening on the audio side of the house here, one of the reasons I'm getting into repurposing the audio of my Monday, Wednesday, Friday audio podcast is to include it in this month's Na Pod Pomo. I want to promote that. I'm going to be taking out. I'll just go out on a limb that I am going to take part in Na Pod Pomo. And that's the webpage, napodpomo.org, hashtag napodpomo. And what that is the audio challenge for the original audio challenge, as I always like to say, because it is the original 17 years that it's been going on. I've been doing out of those 17 years, maybe 9 or 10 of them. And so You'll be seeing that with the hashtag on my X feed and all those other fine social media platforms as far as the audio side. So I want to, this is going to be incorporated that it's one audio a month or one audio a day for 30 days. And I guess there's 30 days. Yeah, there's 30 days in October. So that's 30 audio. So there's going to be an audio each day. And I'm including, so I don't have to, if I'm already doing something that can be counted as an audio, why not use it? So that's just being efficient and stuff like that. And the morning coffee live stream live stream broadcast that's being put up as an audio pod is working out quite well. Good morning, Gregory. Gregory, how you doing? Dr. Greg is in the house on the Rumble side, coming in from Scotland. Good morning, my friend. Good morning, and I raise my coffee cup to you. Glad to have you here, and let's hope you're. I'm going to skip Tony. I see you, Tony. I'll get right back to you. This is, let's hope your voice don't go hoarse with all that talk. No, it never has in the past. The missus would love that. My voice going hoarse, so I couldn't go. But good morning, Tony D. Tony D is in the house. Tony. She beat you. Because I don't see a good morning to the missus. What the hell happened to it? I see the weather there, and Tony saying hi. There it is. There, Tony's coming in on the Twitch side, waving. Hey, hi, Tony, my brother, veteran, my good friend and fellow broadcaster here, and saying hi. Tony's saying hi to Tina, and like I said, if I do, I'll have to get a virtual appointment with you, Dr. Gregory. No, you'll probably just tell me to take 2 cough drops, and let's see, Tony or Tina saying hi to Dr. Gregory. He is a doctor, by the way. Okay, for those folks that are watching on the replay and listening, he's a young doctor over there in Scotland, and we wish him and his new bride, his new missus, very well as far as that goes. He just recently got married, and I think that's very good as far as that goes. And Tony saying hi to Gregory also, and Tina saying good morning to Tony as we get there, and Gregory is saying good morning to Tony on the Rumble side there. So we got all the bases. We are broadcasting from Rumble Studios into Rumble, where we have 7 people. And Captain Rehab's in the well, hang on for a minute, Captain Rehab. We're broadcasting into 7 other platforms. We're broadcasting the Rumble, Locals, YouTube Live, Twitch, Facebook Live, X, and Kick. So that's 7 platforms. Hey, Captain Rehab, I got a question for you. On the games yesterday, let me see, where is it? Let me bring it up here. The game's already happened, but you can tell me who did you pick in the Chargers Arizona game? You didn't have a pick for that. Who would you pick? I'm not sure who won. You can go ahead and pick the winner if you want. I don't care. I don't know who won, so I haven't looked at the thing. I know the Pittsburgh won last night. I went to bed at halftime, but I woke up this morning seeing the thing. So let's see, my first treatment from Gregory. Dr. Greg says my first treatment recommendation for you would always be a strong morning coffee. There you go. Okay, thank you, Dr. Greg. Captain Rehab, Tina saying good morning to you, but I need to know the answer. Who did you pick in the Arizona Charger game? I had a question mark. Oh, that's on tonight. Oh, that hasn't played yet, so that's good. It's a Monday night football game. Who's your pick in tonight's? I got your first Monday night, but who's your second one? Arizona. Okay. I was okay. Very good, sir. Thank you. I'm glad. Thank you for showing up here this morning. because that's one lingering. There's always a lingering thing. So we have the football is happening. We'll talk about that in the football segment here. Let's see. Okay, that's good. Very good. I needed to know that to finish out the thing there. So Tina's saying good morning to Captain Cousin there, and Tony D saying hi to Tony in the chat. I don't know. Tony might be. He's Tony's on all of them. He's on YouTube. He's on Rumble. He's on and Captain Rehab come back to say hi to Auntie Tina as far as that goes. So Tina, we've known Captain Rehab. We've all known each other for quite some time and stuff like that. So, Captain Rehab comes in here a little on the funny side there, as always, and we appreciate that. Though there's sometimes you do push the limit, so we just have to warn you, hey, scale it back a little bit, please. Okay. It's like, okay, let's see. But glad to have everybody here. And and there's a comment. I guess that's so funny as far as that goes. It's over on the Twitch side. But you got to remember, Captain Rehab, I'm talking to 7 other platforms. So there's some things that we say on Twitch I'm not going to say on. I'm sure Tony will be seeing that. So let me put the comments up here on the phone. Let's see, getting our day started here. Let's see, currently the temperature, we're a little bit warmer than we have been the last couple of days. We're at 41 degrees Fahrenheit. And let's see, we got some new shades. You don't have a string, you just push it up. Watch this. You push it up and it stays up there. See that? You just push it up. There's no strings attached. The missus put those up. We got them on the back here also. There's a thing that turns them, the thing, but you just lift it up and they push up. Look at that. Just push it up and it just they catch. Let's see, 41 degrees. Yeah, 41 degrees Fahrenheit here in the southern tier of upstate New York, which equates to 5 degrees Celsius. So it's not that cold. 40, I like 40. It was down in the 30s over the weekend in the morning. And where am I going with this here? So, but it's fall temperatures. What do they'll make the leaves. The leaves are changing and stuff and falling as far as that goes. And as such. And but we're going to have another sunny, warm, very warm, high in the 79. So it's going to be 79. That's good. Last week we were in the 60s a little bit and stuff like that. No, not that cold. You're Western New York. I'm more central. I'm more in the southern tier between, where I'm at, Captain Rehab. That where I'm at, believe me, where I'm at, there's a lot more west of New York where I'm at. I'm more central as far as that goes. And hey, anything goes. Anything goes in Vermont there. Good morning. Good morning, mountain farmers. There we go. Good morning to you coming in on the Rumble. Glad to have you here. Good morning. Start of a new week. But we're going to have very warm, high 79 degrees. It's almost summer. It'll be an Indian summer day today. Winds out of the southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Sun will be rising this morning at 7:26, which is in about an hour and 9 minutes. So an hour and 9 minutes. Tina said, I thought I was hearing things 81. Maybe down your way, Tina. That's our I'm just looking at the high for the southern tier of upstate New York. Down in New Jersey, you may be getting 81. Usually are a little bit warmer than we are, but I am seeing sun across the board here for today. It's clear right now. It's starting at 7, and we're going to have a sunny sky all day long. It was clear last night. I tried going out looking for comet. Is it 3A? That comet that's supposed to be in the southern southern southwest view of the southern sky, I guess you could say. What the hell happened to that again? What the hell? This does not want to stay up. So it's going to be a good day, and I'm going to enjoy the day. I hope it's like this tomorrow because I don't think I'm going to be mowing the lawns this week until Saturday. The grass isn't really growing that fast, so I'm letting it just sort of sit tight and see what happens here and stuff. Wait. Cheer with bits again. I don't want that. Let's see where. That's interesting. That's interesting. Let me go that route then. Okay, that way I can see the comments. Okay, that'll work. Let's see our world times and temperatures as I speak. We start in Honolulu, Hawaii at 12:19. We have clear skies, 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Phoenix, Arizona at 3:19 a.m. Clear skies, 59 degrees Fahrenheit. Chicago, Illinois, the Windy City at 5:19 a.m. Clear skies, 55 degrees Fahrenheit. New York City at 6:20 a.m. It's 6:20 a.m. here in the southern tier of upstate New York, where I live and reside. Clear skies, 54 degrees Fahrenheit. Clear skies from Honolulu, Hawaii to New York City. Wow, that's something. Let's see, down in Warner Robins, Georgia, where Tony D is at, he said at the beginning here that on the YouTube side, he's got 47 degrees Fahrenheit currently down there in Warner Robins, Georgia, just south of Macon, Georgia, which is just south of Atlanta, I guess. It's high of 79, 46 for the clear, or 46 and clear. And let's see, Tina, she says over there down there in central New Jersey, it's currently 41 degrees Fahrenheit and 81 for the high down there. So we're going to have some good temperatures. What was Tony's high? 79. So it's going to be warmer up this way than it is down. Tina, you got the warmest so far, as far as that goes. Continuing over across the pond, the Atlantic Ocean in Cork, Ireland at 11:21 a.m. Sunny and clear, 54 degrees Fahrenheit. Milan, Italy, 12:21. Mangia in Milan, Italia at 12:21 p.m. It's sunny and clear there. Looks like a good day over there in Europe. 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Swinging across to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia at 6:21 p.m. Sunny and clear there. Wow. Sunny and clear all the way from Cork Island to Kuala Lumpur. 91 degrees Fahrenheit. So we got some good weather today worldwide. Going up to Tokyo, Japan at 7:21 p.m. A little cloudy with the moon peeking out there. Tokyo is at 64 degrees Fahrenheit. And down in Australia, the great continent and country of Australia and great friend of the United States of America, and we appreciate it, being allies with Australia. Melbourne, Australia at 9:22 p.m. in their evening, cloudy and clear, 70 degrees Fahrenheit. And in Sydney, Australia at 9:22 p.m., cloudy and a little clear with some clearing, 63 degrees Fahrenheit. So they're getting the higher temperatures there as far as that goes. Did my Facebook comment? No, Facebook comments didn't show up, Tony. Let me see. Let's see. I'm checking my Facebook. I see the comment in the web page, but I don't see it up on the. It did come up on Facebook though. What the hell's going on here? I just hear a slight. Okay. I wonder if it's over here. Did I turn this down all the way? Yeah, I turned it down all the way. Okay. So no, it did show up in the Rumble studio. Anything goes. Okay, what's going on here? Let me see. Maybe it's right there. Set the privacy at public. It should be at public. Let me check. Let me back up here for a moment. Whoever controls the weather must have turned on turned on the normal again. That's a good one. That's a good one. Anything goes Vermont. Anything goes VT. I'm going to say that's for Vermont. Are you from Vermont? I think I asked you that once before. Let me check the settings here. Tony said, "Oh, what happened here? Let's see. Facebook. Oh, let's see. Let's see. Settings. Where's my settings? What settings do I look at to this broadcast specifically? They should be public. Why are Facebook supposed to come in now? Let's see. Edit post to this post because it's on my public Facebook. So if you're able to post on there, it's okay. Let me see. I'm up in the three dots in the upper right-hand corner of the broadcast. Okay, let me show you. Let me bring this up on the thing. We got Tony. Let's see. Okay. Hang on for a moment. I'm going to bring it up on the present. Okay, this is my Facebook. This is what you see on the. You can see Tony's. You can see Tony's comment. So where do I go to the setting and here, Tony? There's your. Oh, there you said salute. Good morning to the missus on the Facebook. Okay. So where do I see the three dots? Okay, I look at the three dots. Now, which one of those do I do for? Manage, would it be, it's not edit, is it? I don't see any setting. Edit privacy. There's no edit privacy in this selections. I got edit post. There's no edit privacy right here, as you can see. So is edit privacy somewhere else? Would it be on the main Facebook page? Turn off notifications for this. I don't want to turn off the notification. I'm leaving the notifications on. Copy link, embed, transfer video, delete video, manage your badge. Who can comment on this post? Right there, public. Anyone can comment on this post. So I have it set for public. So let me clear this out. So you can see I have it on public. Screen share set to infinity. Yeah, yeah, that happens as far as when you present certain things there. So I have it set for public, Tony, as you can see. We go back to it again, okay? Let's see, what is this? I don't want that. Yeah, that's a good one. Anything goes infinity, yeah. It's almost like, and that's not even on OBS. I do use OBS, and you get that OBS effect. So if I show you it again, let me go ahead and go back there to my Facebook. As you can see, it's set for public. So I go to three dots. I go to comments. Who can comment on here? It's set for public right there. Okay, already had it set. My bad. It should have shown up in your Rumble. Well, I have yet to see Rumble comments, Tony. As far as that goes, I have yet to see the Rumble comments. So I'm not sure what's going on there. It might be because this is my public page. It's not my private page. Okay, this is a public. It's well, if it's on one Facebook, it should be on all of them. So I don't know what's going on there. My bad. It should show up. The, because when you're on Rumble, I never see the Facebook show up. I think there was one time it showed up on yours, and then it just went wonkies or something like that. So I'm not sure what's going on there. We'll keep an eye on it. That's how At least I know mine's set for public again. The comments. No, I'm not too familiar for the folks that are watching and listening on the replay and listening on the audio pod. I'm not that familiar with Facebook. I'm just getting reacquainted with Facebook and using it a little bit more. And as far as that goes, and even X, now that I'm a premium subscriber, I paid. I was very fortunate to catch a sale where they dropped the price from $84 to $50, and I'm on. And the thing is, I have to say, for me, it's worth it because I'm using X Pro. I'm using the live stream with live streaming from it, and I get him on mine. But that's on your see, this is my Fireman Rich. That's like a second. You got my private Facebook, then you got my public Facebook, which I got two. I've got the Real Fireman Rich, and then there's Tioga Fire Protection and Fire Prevention. I got that one too. I don't know why, but I'm just starting to learn that. And thank you for those folks that are watching on the on X. We got we got 4 people on X, and that's where we're going to go next to for the thought for the day. A quote from Mr. George or Mr. Benjamin Franklin, who was one of our founding fathers of the United States, an American, a leading writer, scientist, inventor, statesman, diplomatic, painter, publisher, politician. And from what I heard, he was a little bit of the ladies' man when he was over in France. He liked chasing the skirts. But he was also the first postmaster of the United States. And his quote and our thought for the day goes as follows: "He that cannot obey cannot command." Being in that, having experienced and been in the position of leadership, which I feel very privileged that I was able to do that, you have to be able to take commands to be able to lead further in your career. Hopefully you have good leaders, because there are some crappy leaders out there that let's just say I stepped on myself in my Air Force career, that I went outside the parameters to where I supposedly I barked back at a fire chief that got me a little slap on the hand as far as that goes, back in my day, my brash and bold days. But I wasn't going to kiss his ass, basically, because I don't think you shouldn't have to kiss anybody's ass, especially a leader. This guy was this fire chief was in a leadership position, and he wanted me to, I wanted to stay in the job that I was in. I said, no, I don't care. I get paid the same. I can do the job as a firefighter, or I can do the job as a fire inspector. I do both jobs the best I can. It's just I had a piss poor supervisor that he did not stand up for me. And the chief was just trying to make a point and get a notch in his belt and stuff. And he tried to ruin my career as far as to give me a bad rating. But I had a really good, my supervisor, no, it was a deputy chief. No, it was my supervisor, the tech service. The guy I ended up having afterwards when I went back into operations in the fire department. He was a really good guy. I can't remember his name right off the top of my head, but the fire chief tried to tell him to bust down my ranking, and he said, "No, he deserves this." Because if it was 1 to 9, and he was going to give me, he wanted my supervisor to write me up a level 7 or 8 airman performance report. That way he could bust it down lower, and that would prevent me from making my next stripe. And and it ended up being an 8. He wanted him to do an 8. So if it was a 7, he could bust it down lower or something. There was nothing to justify it, basically. So, but this really hits home right here that I was throughout my Air Force career, I understood the importance of obeying commands and directives that were told to me to do and stuff like that, because it all mattered because of the mission that had to be done. You didn't question those, but there's one time I did quite. It's like, okay, whatever. I'm still part of the mission. I'm still doing what I'm going to do. But back then I didn't think of my performance record that he could dabble in that, and it put me behind the power curve of making my next stripe, and eventually making my next stripe after that, where I was at high year tenure and I had to get out. But I did have a leader, a very good fire chief at the end of my Air Force career, that he said, we want you to stay in the Air Force. So we're gonna here's your next stripe. And I said, wow, that was a big honor. I still overwhelmed when I think about that, but it was time to get out. I had 20 years in. It was time to think of the family and stuff when we came back home and stuff. But I really respected that chief. But the chief that busted my my airman performance report when I left Korea, he was a shitbag as far as that goes. So it ended up coming to biting him in the butt, because he was pretty bold himself, because he ended up getting caught for black marketing, him and his wife, over there in Osan Air Base and stuff like that. So that was like, whoa, this guy was supposed to be Mr. Goody Two Shoes, and here he is. He's dealing in thousands of dollars of black marketing stuff from the BX to the Koreans there off the base, which is a big no-no. So they busted him down. He was able to retire, I think, at a senior master. I don't think he ever made chief. But Ben Franklin's quote in our thought for today: he that cannot obey cannot command. And if you can take orders and if you can obey within the limits, it doesn't mean you unconditionally obey. You obey, a good leader that's going to be making sound and good judgment commands, because that's how you learn to become a good leader. You have a good leader that you can mentor off of. And I had several in my Air Force career, and I'm very thankful for that. So that's a good quote, a fantastic quote. He that cannot obey cannot command, because you have no idea what it's like to take those to be able to take those commands, to obey them and follow through on them. The importance of them is what I guess I'm saying. So thank you, Benjamin Franklin. God bless and Godspeed. And let's see, we had a notice here. Tony, I think you probably favored the Tony D liked my post. On the X feed. Thank you. And thank you, Tony or Tina, for the Bills won. you liked that one. And you thought that other one was cute? The one where Trump, former President Trump, was working in McDonald's yesterday. That was all over the freaking all over X there. He was doing the French fries. He was working the drive-through. So I guess if he doesn't make president, he can make a job. He can get a job at McDonald's, where the other person can't. She said she worked there, but there's no record of. So I guess he's just proving the point that, hey, I'm worked here more than she did. So it was only good fun yesterday. I thought that was pretty cool as far as him. And I know the people. If I was working at the McDonald's, I used to work at McDonald's. If a former president walked in and wanted to work at McDonald's, that's something. That's something. Let's see. Our National Day today is. Let's see. We have Back to the Future Day is today. Back to the Future, probably because October 21st was used in the movie, maybe, and stuff. We have National Witch Hazel Day. Okay, if you like that. National Reptile Awareness Day. Okay, if you get it. This next one is what I would pick, but I got another one I have to pick. We have National Pumpkin Cheesecake Day, and I think Tina is saying, "What's better than a pumpkin cheesecake?" Well, I have to go with, and this is the one I'm going with, National Apple Day, because apple is New York State's official fruit. Apples are very prominent here in New York State. There's a bumper crop going on right now, and Tina's laughing at that. She's laughing at that one. And apples are healthier, right, Tina? Though that pumpkin cheesecake looks good. No, we're going to go with apples. Let's see, National Lee Thompson Day. What is that? She was a bay. Let's see. You got me looking at that one. Anything goes. And Tina says lots of yes. That's okay. My favorite fruit. Yeah, I like apples. Apples are good. Let's see what anything goes is saying here. What's hang on for a minute. Let me check this. She was mom. Oh, okay. National Leah Thompson. Okay, is that the mom? And okay, gotcha. Okay, thank you. Okay, that's from Anything Goes. She was okay. Thank you. A little movie trivia there for Back to the Future, and for Apple a Day, or the doctor is saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Okay, so that's your going with National Apple Day. That's with Dr. Gregory's recommendation. Take an apple a day to keep the doctor away. National Apple Day falls on April 21st on the National Day calendar as a day to celebrate all things apples. So I love apple pie. Okay, so this food holiday is dedicated to promoting the rich culture and historical significance of apples, as well as the importance of orchards and apple-related products in agricultural and heritage. Hashtag National Apple Day. In 1990, charity Common Ground in the UK as a way of raising awareness about the diversity of apples variety, encouraged the preservation of traditional orchards and promised the consumption of local grown apples. Common Ground's founders, Sue Clifford and Angela King, wanted to reconnect people with the land and its fruits, emphasizing the importance of local sustainable foods. And that's what we have here in New York. We have a lot of apple orchards. We have a lot of vineyards too. A lot of people I think they do around the Great Lakes and stuff like that. And let's see, national. Let me see something here. Oh, Leah Thomas. Yeah, that I know who you're talking about. Anything Goes. That was the girlfriend. Yeah, she is a very pretty girl. And Tina says she cooks them in cinnamon. I cook them in cinnamon, and that's a good. That's I think the missus has done that. The missus has done that. So there are a suggested amount of over 7,000 recognized apple varieties globally. However, the number of apple varieties in the world is vast and can be quite challenging to quantify precisely. There are thousands of apples cultivators, each with its own unique characteristics in terms of flavor, appearance, textures. Because we use apples are used for a variety of reasons, such as fresh consumption, baking, and cider production. And we have a place called the Cider Mill in Endicott, New York, that they make the cider as far as that goes. Okay, Anything Goes. All your apples are gone. Yeah, the apples, I think this is towards the end of the apple season right now. Anything Goes, as far as all your apples and stuff like that. And Gregory is going to Back to the Future. Back to the Future is today. Did I miss this in your announcement? No, that was one of the selections, Gregory. That was one of the selections but I choose. See, I got like the National Day National Day calendar online. They give you several selections. In this case, that was one of the selections. So along with the pumpkin spice cheesecake day, I want to go with apples because here in New York, the apple industry is very important as far as that goes. And anything goes. Says that I grow Max, Granny Smith's, okay, and Liberty apples. There you go. That's good selection. So you must be up in Vermont. That VT stands for Vermont, okay? Because I'm very familiar with those apples and stuff like that. So apples are very good. My favorite fruit is an orange, a good orange. And I think behind that is banana, but I like apples. Those are the three top fruits for me. But apples are very important here for not just New York, but the Northeast, because it is a wide industry as far as that goes. So today is hashtag National Apple Day. Let's see. Tomorrow is going to be a Mixcloud Tuesday. That's where I do the Tioga radio show on the Mixcloud. I've been over there for like over 12 years now or something like that. 11. Yeah, this is my 12th year, I think. And so I do that every 2 weeks. So that's over on mixcloud.com/Richard M. Roberts. Just like on YouTube. But on YouTube, you got to make sure you have that little @ sign. But on the Mixcloud, it's just Richard M. Roberts. And then there's on that page, if you go to more option, is it more or show more over on the left on the description? It has a little bit of what I am, and there's a link to Rich Roberts' Mixcloud page. That's where the original 212 shows that I did, episodes for the original Tioga radio show. I did not want to put them in so I made a new channel when Mixcloud decided to change their dynamics and stuff like that. Let's get to 100 years ago over there on Fox 40 for Roger Luther and company. So we can, this is from Friday, the 18th, no, the 20th, no, the 18th. Yeah, this is from 18th, 100 years ago. And we'll see what Roger Luther, or Luther Rogers, it's Luther Rogers, I think. Keep on getting it all mixed up. Let's see what we got here. 100 years ago. Let's see if that shares up. There we go. That line up. Yeah, let's go ahead and turn the camera off and listen to 100 years ago as of last Friday, October 18th.
Years ago, today is the anniversary of the opening of the first railroad connecting Binghamton with Syracuse. It was October 18th, 1854, when the Golden Spike was driven at the Binghamton end of the Syracuse and Binghamton Railroad. And on that day, the first trains ran between the two cities. A worker was seriously injured yesterday when he lost his balance, fell 60 feet from a scaffold while working on the ceiling of the new St. John's Church at Vestal Avenue. More than 30 children, most of them boys, were arraigned in children's court last night for various petty crimes. And finally, police detectives are making every possible effort to apprehend more members of an organized band of young petty thieves who have been operating in Binghamton for several weeks. Last night, 3 more stores were robbed. The thieves made off with about $3 and 2 pounds of candy. That was the news 100 years ago.
2 pounds of candy. Oh my God. Oh, it's organized. It's organized. They've got a gang. Exactly, Tina. They've got a gang. Oh my God. That is so funny. We for the people that are listening on the audio pod and on the replay, I play this and they're funny as far as that goes. Let me just move this up just a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Just move that up a position. 100 years ago. We do this every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and it's usually the previous. They always come out on a Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So, yeah, Tina, it looks like they got a gang. They got a gang, the boys there and stuff like that. So that is so funny, and let's see, anything goes. He talking about the church there. Man, I hate thinking how OSHA came down on that church. I don't think OSHA was around 100 years ago. Anything goes. I'm not sure. And then Gregory over there in Scotland comes in, and again with the candy thieving, doctors never should have told them it was healthy. That's good. You could see it. This continues for the people again watching on the replay. This is an ongoing thing when we do this 100 years ago of the thievery. First, it was just a couple of kids. They're in and out, and then you just see the final one. Police detectives made every possible effort to apprehend more members of an organized band of young petty thieves. So the kids, they're out in the streets there. 3 more. I can't believe this. 3 more stores were robbed. The thieves made off with $3, and that was probably a lot of money back then. $3, because wasn't there one where there was only like 30 cents in the register? But this is the big one. 2 pounds of candy. Yeah, why not take some candy? Why not? Why just 2 pounds? Oh, okay, we're not going to take it all, but we'll take 2 pounds of the candy. That's something. Oh my Lord, this is a riot. This one right here, as far as that goes. So 100 years ago, and it's Roger Luther. I wanted to say Luther Rogers, but it's Roger Luther as far as that goes. So always have good fun with that one. Always have good fun. Let's see. Continuing on with the history. Let's see. Well, you know what? I'm going to take a break. This is about right where I take, and we'll finish it when I get back here and stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and take a break, and you guys just hang loose here. So inflation calculation calculated. I get this right. Hang on. So inflation calculator says $1 in 1924 is worth 18.44. We got we're doing the math here. Any compliments of anything goes VT. So basically they made off with less than $60. $60 back then. Anything goes. 100 years ago, that was a lot of money. I can remember as a kid growing up in the 60s. I remember having a quarter was you could get a whole bunch of candy, a soda. Soda was 20 cents back in the day, and as far as that goes, so they made off. Hey, Tim Fan 40. Hey, coming in from Michigan. Glad to have you here, my friend. Glad to have you here. I hope all is well with you. Coming in on the YouTube side, and anything goes says about the candy was probably worth more. Yeah, that was probably good. The candy made back then, if it was made today, it'd be more. And let's see, and let's see. Let me catch up with the comments here. That's good. Let's see. Anything goes. It says that's a good haul for any little rascals. Yeah, they have a gang, so they got to spread the wealth. And then Gregory there is saying to anything goes. Nice math. Yeah, he's doing the math this morning here, as far as that goes. And Tina saying good morning to Tim Fan 40, who is our resident contractor out there in Michigan. I do have my second cup of coffee here as we just hit the 1 hour mark. And it's not just getting the coffee; it's taking a little bathroom break at that 1 hour just to make sure I'm good, and then just to say so long to family members that have to go off to work. They're working this morning, and as far as taking after the cats here, as the missus getting ready. I guess she's not going to walk this morning. I'm going to walk this morning. And she has a lot of. She says she's got. Well, I stay out Mondays. My biggest job is to stay out of her way because she does her cleaning and stuff. I mean, she has it down to a science and stuff like that. I mean, I did my share of cleaning when I was in the military, but it's nothing like her. She does a great. Oh, let's see. So we're on our second hour here. We'll finish up with the history there. I'm still. Those kids are always a riot, though. It's like they probably grew up to big, important people in their community and stuff. Hopefully, they turned a new leaf when they got older and stuff like that. Let's see. In our history, continuing on with the history here on this day, October 21st. Let's see. We had. Let's see, 79 years ago, women in France were finally awarded the right to vote for the first time. Decades later than most Western countries, including New Zealand, Australia, the United States, UK, Finland, and Norway. Oh, this is decades later. This is in 1945 women in France were given. So, yeah, it is decades later because here in New York was the birthplace for women's voting rights. Right to vote in USA, because women here in the United States. It was the 19th Amendment of the Constitution that was ratified back in 1920. 1920. And look how letting women vote turned out. I don't see anything wrong with it. I don't know what you mean by that. Anything goes. So I'm not going to analyze it. 0 out of 10 stars would not recommend. Okay. No, every human being should be able to vote at a certain age for their own country and stuff like that. I'm a strong believer in the right to vote, and how let's and look how letting women 0 out of 10 stars would not recommend it. Okay, I'll leave that one there. But it was the 19th Amendment to the United States Constitution back in 1920 that women were given the right to vote. And that started here. Okay, Tina, we'll see you later. We'll see you Wednesday. Take care. Lots of laughs. Anything goes. Yeah. And Tina's saying bye. She's going to be taking off to go check Hal Massa. Another broadcaster there that she enjoys listening to, and I actually watch his replay. So he's a great guy over there. I'm not sure where he's at today. He's all over. I think he's on Facebook today. Might be. It's stuff like that. But Hal Massa Media on X. He's another good broadcaster there I like to promote. And as far as that goes, let's see. Continuing 103 years ago today. Let's stop sharing that and stop that. Let's see. Warren G. Harding delivered the first speech by a sitting president that condemned the lynching of African Americans. That should have happened long before. That was not 103. That should have happened right after this. I don't know. Some of this history just is supposed to, despite widespread political opposition by dumb white voters. Let's see. On this day in 1854, Florence Nightingale, founder of the nursing profession, left for Turkey with 38 women she trained to tend to British soldiers dying from unsanitary conditions in the Crimea War, which that was before the World War I, as far as that goes. And 84 years ago today, Ernest Hemingway's novel For Whom the Bell Tolls was first published. A story about a young American volunteer who joined the government of Spain as a guerrilla fighter during the Spanish Civil War, a conflict that was widely viewed as a dress rehearsal for the Second World War because the Italian fascists and German Nazis were supporting an overthrow. Based on Hemingway's own experience during that war, where he had been a journalist, it was regarded as one of Hemingway's best works. The book sold 500,000 and nominated for a Pulitzer Prize. And let's see. Oh, snap. I read For Whom the Bell Tolls. Oh, did you read it? I never read that as far as that goes. Let's see. Doing the star bit here. We got a rating system here from Anything Goes. He says, good book, 7 out of 10 stars. So that's not bad. That's pretty good. A better book, I guess. Farewell to Arms was a better book, 9 out of 10. Farewell, okay. Yeah, I guess his experiences were during that war. There's other writers there that who was it? He was there in the Civil War. I can't think of his name. He's an American poet. I can't think of him right now. But these are literary giants, Hemingway being one of them. If you look at J.R.R. Tolkien, I don't know if Anything Goes with J.R.R. Tolkien. He's not as great as, say, a Hemingway or Walt Whitman. Walt Whitman, he's a literary giant that a lot of his experiences were writings were taking from the Civil War. And the reason I mentioned J.R.R. Tolkien, a lot of people have said that the manuscripts of The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, a trilogy, was associated with him being in World War I. So there's a correlation there that I find very interesting. and from a literary standpoint, as far as what influenced these great writers. And J.R.R. Tolkien is my favorite, of course, because I'm a Lord of the Ring nut. I love Lord of the Rings. I got done watching A Ring of Power last week, the first season, and it was, oh my God, it rocks. I can't wait. I'm going to be looking at Freevee on the TV back here for the second season, which probably won't happen until like 6 months from now. I did see the second season of Jack Ryan. That's another show that is on Amazon Prime that I'm watching on the Freevee version, as far as that goes. And Gregory says, Walt Whitman, do you remember? Yeah, Paul Omani, reading from his works on Periscope. Yeah, Paul Omani. I've sort of lost track of Paul Omani. I think it was during the COVID era there. We sort of, I still follow him. He's not on X. I do, he's still recording on Audio Boom. So I do listen to him. And Gregory continues to say, yes, for the win. No spoilers on Ring of Powers, please. We can't chat. Okay, I won't. If you haven't seen it, Gregory, you're going to love it. Oh my God. It's just like, it blew me away, especially episode 7. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say anything more. It just leads up, and it's three. And for the people that are listening on the audio pod and replay, Ring of Power takes place 3,000. I think it's almost 2,000 to 3,000 years before The Hobbit. So it's Middle Earth and all at its beginnings and stuff like that. And it's pretty mind-boggling. From I'm like, I wasn't expecting, and it was really good. It's I think if you're a Lord of the Ring nut, you have to see this. I'm just seeing it late because they've already out with season 3, I guess. So they just happened to catch it on Freevee, which is the free version of Amazon Prime and stuff. So like I said, I did see the second season of Jack Ryan, so I'm watching that now and stuff like that. So yeah, no spoilers. I won't give you any spoilers, just to say that it's good. It's well worth. I mean, I'm going to probably use my free 30 days for Amazon Prime to watch the 2 other seasons. There are only eight episodes in a season, though, but they pack a lot in each show. So I think you're going to enjoy it, Gregory. Let's see. Continuing with our history. Let's see on the AP side. Let's see. In 1797, the United States frigate Constitution, also known as Old Ironside, was christened in the Boston Harbor, and it still sits there in the Boston Harbor. Every year on its anniversary, they turn it around. It sits there. You can actually go up on. I would love to. I've been to Boston. I would have to say that's one of my regrets, not being able to see that, because there's been a couple of times I've been right down near the harbor there. Kennedy Center is right near there, if I recall. And I went in Boston quite a few times, but it was mostly to get drunk. That was my younger day when I was up at Hanscom Field. Boston is a nice city. I think I enjoyed it while I was up there stationed at Hanscom Field. And Buggy. The missus is joining us in the studio with her breakfast.
Yes, all I do is eat.
No, you don't. You just have a healthy breakfast though and stuff compared to what I eat. So that would be a real treat to see that, because that's something that is embedded in American history. That ship, and it sits there still, which is cool. Let's see. 1944, U.S. troops captured the German city Aachen, the first German city to fall to American forces in World War II. And let's see. Oh, rest in peace, War Room, the finest Bostonian water whalers, closed 2012, but never forgotten. Okay. Rest in peace, War Room, the finest Bostonian water holes. Oh, water holes. Oh, I get you. Yeah. Okay. I never came across that one. I Yeah, bar. Okay, I got it there. Yeah, there's a Boston. I like, compare, I'm a New Yorker, okay, and I'm saying I like Boston. The two comparisons of the cities. New York City is very unique. It's huge. Boston's a pretty good, just having an opportunity to live in the greater Boston area when I was stationed at Hanscom Field. It was right there in Lexington, Concord, and Lincoln and Bedford, Massachusetts. Those communities were right around the air base there, and they still are there. But being able to go into Boston and then going up into New Hampshire, I've been out to Vermont. I skied on Burlington or Killington in Burlington. It's right outside Burlington, I guess, Killington Mountain. And it's New England is just fantastic. Washington Mountain in New Hampshire, drive up there. That's the foliage is just fantastic this time of year up in there. But Boston, the city of Boston itself, is just very unique from a historical standpoint. And I like the Celtics too. When I got up there, I was more or less a New York Knick. I like the Knicks, and I did I like the Lakers a little bit. I went back and forth, but when I got up there in the Boston area, the Boston Celtics, that's when Larry Bird was just coming onto the team for the first time, and the Celtics, it was just a great time sports wise. Never really got into hockey. Never really. I think we went to one hockey game. We were up in the rafters, and I don't remember anything about the ball game because it's just so much other antics and stuff like that. So Boston's a great city.
Beer.
Yeah, the beer. Back in my younger day, yeah, the beer was all important in my younger day and stuff like that. Let's see. I think that's about it for the history. Last night in Major League Baseball, sad news, and I know Tony D's not too happy with this. The Mets did not get it done last night. They lost to the LA Dodgers 5-10. It looks like the Dodgers, the third inning, they opened it up with 4 runs. The score was 2-1. The third inning, they opened it up 4 runs. Yankees came back with 2 runs, so it was 6-3 in the 4th inning. Then it was the 6th inning. The Dodgers came back with a run, bottom of the 6th, and then the Yankees came back with a run in the top of the 7th, and then in the bottom of the 8th, Dodgers just added another 3 runs, and all the Yankees could do was 1 run in the 9th, so it was 10-9 as far as that goes. And yeah, there we go. I agree with that. Anything goes. The beer was good. So the Yankees and the Dodgers will be starting Friday to play in the World Series, and I'm hoping for a Yankee win over the Dodgers. I think they're two good teams. It'll start Friday night, October 25th. So we got 7 games that will take us. If we go 7 games, it'll take us to November 2nd. So I can remember at this time years back, World Series was already over. So they sort of extended it. I don't know why. It's the same thing with basketball and baseball. Last night in football, I went to bed at the half where the Pittsburgh Steelers were beating the New York Jets, and they ended up continuing that effort by shellacking them 37-15. So the Jets, I'm not impressed with. I'm not impressed. Aaron Rodgers, he can throw the football. He's got a new receiver and stuff. But I guess Russell Wilson got it done last night. He had 264 yards. Well, Aaron Rodgers had 276, so that's not. But he had 2 interceptions, so that's a factor right there, without even looking any further. 16 for 29, 264 yards, and 2 TDs for Roger Russell, their kicker there. He did pretty good there too. Aaron Rodgers, 29 for 39. He can still throw the ball, but it just seems like second half there, the Jets did not get any points, and there was a lot of punting in that game too. So usually when you have both teams punting, they're pretty well evenly matched. So it's whoever makes the first mistake, and it looks like the Jets made the mistake with the interceptions and stuff like that. So the final score of that was 37-15. I got to calculate the wins and losses for, and I'll be, excuse me. Get a little water there. The football results for week 7, I'll be going over those on Wednesday night in depth on my football broadcast. Let's Talk Football, NFL football, at 7 o'clock on Wednesday nights here on Rumble Studios. Just look for the link on my X feed at Fireman Rich, and we talk about this week's scores, next week, going into next week. But to give you an idea who won and lost, let's see. We had the Broncos last Thursday beat the Saints 33-10. The Saints are just a wreck. They got injuries. Carr is out as far as a quarterback. Jaguars surprised everybody winning against the Patriots over there in London, but that was a do-nothing game. Vikings lost their first game. The Lions, which I picked, and they're hungry. They ended up winning it towards the end. They were 31-29. That was a close game. My Bills, what can I say? They won yesterday. They beat the Titans 34-10. It was a good game. Amari Cooper, the Bills just pick him up, and he's already contributing and stuff like that. He got a touchdown there for the first quarter. The Dolphins, they lost to the Colts. The Colts had to come back in that game. Falcons lost to the Seahawks. So Seahawks, they're a team. Geno Smith, he's getting it done up there in Seattle. Green Bay beat the Texans. I had the Texans on that, but that was a close game, 24-22. And the Battle of Ohio, Bengals beat the Browns 21-14, and that was, you could say that's a close game. But Bengals, I think they're the better of the team. Eagles Giants. Nothing new there. The Giants lost to the Eagles 28-3. Rams beat the Raiders. I thought I had the Raiders, but I had the Rams. So that's 25-15. Commanders, they just killed the Panthers 40-7. The game last night, Chiefs and 49ers, that was a 4:00 game. The Chiefs, they're the only winning team. They have no losses. They're 6-0. Or no, 7-0. Let's see. This is week 7, right? So let me see. Yeah, they're 7-0. 6-0. Okay, they had a bye. Okay, that's right. I keep on forgetting about the bye. They're 6-0, and they played pretty well last night. 49ers, they're still they've got some injuries, I guess, and I guess the injuries from what I saw the play last night. Kittle, he had some good catches, but they ended up losing 28-18. Of course, the Steelers won against the Jets 37-15. And then tonight we got the Ravens and Buccaneers. I've got the Ravens winning. We'll see how the Bucs fare there. And then the Chargers in Arizona. Just asked Captain Rehab. He said Arizona. I picked her. I think I picked who did I pick? Who did I pick? Who did I pick for that game last night? Oh, I picked Arizona. Though the Chargers, they might win that game, but I picked Arizona. So we'll see what happens with that as far as that goes. And that's the football. So some good football games yesterday. I ended up watching. I even watched the morning game at 9:30. I watched some of it, and then we had, like I said, we had Tony D's broadcast, Bell Kings Fantasy Football. Again, Tony D is at at Tony Tone 163 for those folks on the audio pod. It's TonyTon 163, and then we had fun on that. We and our other panel member that was there, Michael Bathurst, at Michael Bathurst, and he was on the broadcast. And then the broadcast right after Tony's Tony starts at 10:30, goes for about an hour. It's supposed to go for an hour, but we ended up going an hour and a half, and I think yesterday we went a little over that. But we spilled over into Glick's broadcast. I like to promote the Nonsensical Network at Nonsensical Non 2 to watch Unnecessary Roughness. And between those two shows, my show on Wednesday, it just I just get up there. I just want the wins and losses and stuff like that. It's nothing fancy, but those guys, Tony and Glick, they know football, and Glick has some very interesting perspectives from his panel. And on Tony's broadcast, Bell Kings Fantasy Football, I have a ball. I love going up that. I look forward to that every Sunday morning as far as that goes. We have a great time talking about football, and I get into the stats a little bit on the fantasy football. I like doing that, and Tony appreciates that. But I just appreciate being on Tony's broadcast. It's pretty fun stuff, and that's what it's all about, fun. Because I'm often asked, why do you do this broadcasting, Fireman Rich? And for the folks that are, it's the same thing with the audio. If you listen to this on the audio pod, I do this because it's fun. I enjoy doing this. I like to have the conversation with people that are in the chat, as well as to express my ideas for the folks out there. And I get feedback as far as that goes. Hey, on that broadcast the other day, what you said this and that, and it sparks up a conversation and stuff. A good conversation. I don't go into debates. I don't go into this arguments. At this point in my life, I know who the hell I'm going to vote for. So I'm not going to try and change people's minds on who they're going to vote for and stuff. But it's pretty obvious who you should vote for. I think if you look at you strip the emotion away and just look at the weight of one candidate with the other and how they fare up. And there's sometimes I interject my opinion, but I'll express it. I am interjecting my opinion. Like I'm interjecting my opinion now. No, I won't. I'm not even going to go there. See, that's what I want to make sure I have fun, and this is a good place for me to be at. And I'm not going to get up on my soapbox. If I do get up on my soapbox, and I've thought about this to just let it out. Tony does that. What's he call that? Amnesty hour. He just goes off. Sometimes that's good, just to let it all out. If I was to do that, it would be strictly a Rumble only broadcast, because I think that would be the only. I wouldn't put it on X. It would be a Rumble only, and then I'd put the link to it. It'd be overlay on Rumble. So there could be a possibility I could do that someday. I might do it here in the next couple of weeks after we see what the results of something. And it depends, that's the thing. These live stream platforms give you a platform to talk and to express your opinion. With expressing your opinion comes responsibility, though. You don't want to cross a line, because not to say free speech should be. No, it shouldn't be. I'm a strong believer in free speech. That's why I'm here on Rumble, as far as that goes. And Gregory goes, he's going to use the P word. American politics does fascinate me. Would be keen to hear your opinion sometime, and maybe drop in to discuss too. That would have to be on Rumble only, Gregory. That would be, I've thought about that, because I know I've gotten on my soapbox in the past. I'm trying not to, because it's my opinion. I'm fascinated to hear others' opinion, because I know there's a lot of people. I'm still friends with people. You mentioned Paul Amani. I think I drifted away from Paul Amani because he had some words about my country that I didn't really care for, so I sort of stayed away. And I did that with another gentleman, David Bailey. But then when I looked at it, it's like, well, it's their opinion. Don't lose your shirt over it, Rich, and because you've heard worse, and I have heard worse. So, and Gregory says totally agree. Totally agree with you. Keeping it light and easy. That's the big draw to your video. Oh, okay, your video and audio. Thank you, Gregory. And you find our politics interesting, Gregory. I find what's going on there in Scotland many years back when is Scotland ever going to do another referendum for them to break away the UK, or is that just a done deal now at this point? That's what's fascinating. It's just it's that nationalism. People sort of really shit on the United States for when we get, we're make America great. That's being too nationalist. They try and equate that to something in the past, and it's not. It's totally not when you really look at it. But just what you see on the news, the impression. So you gotta filter through that news to see what is really going on and stuff. But I find the things, even when Brexit came up, I had some opinions of that, and they sort of went counter to some people here online as far as that goes. So, though I think the breakaway from the European Union for the UK has not really devastated them. But then the countries that are in the European Union, as long as it's equal across the board, because the European countries, they're basically the size of our states here in the United States. And Gregory says, why wouldn't you want your country to be great? I hate when people yes, exactly. And that's the thing. It's a positive. I take it as a positive, but there's other people that want to twist it and make it like we're marching in step to certain countries that during World War that started World War II and stuff like that. It's completely different. That time period and this time period is completely different and stuff like that. I think every country should respect every other country as far as that goes, and shouldn't be pushing their values and stuff like that on other countries, because the people of that country should decide their fate and their what direction that country should go. But then again, you get, we've seen history where, there's influences where people take over and stuff, and it's not, you think it might be good for the country, but it's not. It's just a pipe dream as far as that goes. And that's what we have in American politics. We have a lot of people that, on both sides of the aisle, I'm going to say pipe dreams, because let's see, anything goes. VT, what'd you say here? Let's see. Not every country might be. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Anything goes. Yes. Without going into any detail, I agree with that too. Yeah. Thank you for clarifying that. That's a very true statement. It's not respectable. And I've seen that in my Air Force career. So that for me, my Air Force career, if anything, was a great educational experience, because the 20 years I spent in the United States Air Force, 13 of those years, I lived overseas. I was stationed overseas, and I look back at that time frame that really made my eyes open on what this world is. And anything goes says it's cool. It's cool. I want to name no, don't name names. I have a general idea what you guys. I have a general idea, but the experience one has in traveling, I think that if anything, that's the greatest education there is, to be able to travel, as far as to see other countries, as far as that goes. And let's see, Gregory, getting into the discussion here. I will express I dislike the eyes of Sauron imposing its ways and ideas on others of Middle Earth. Yes, and you'll see. I'm not going to say any spoilers. Sauron's name is very present there in the first season of Power of the Rings. Yeah, Sauron. We could talk about that. Let's see. I said I would not want to. Oh, okay. I wouldn't want to. Okay. I didn't see the. Okay, you wouldn't want to name names. Okay, I stand corrected. I got you. I got you. Yeah. But those type of discussions, I think like I said, if they're going to be a little bit raw and not that I don't dislike those, a good conversation that's not really heated, but is very passionate, and I can understand other people's views, as long as they respect and understand my view. Because I'm not going to say your view is wrong unless I got something to back it up with, or try to, then when you start doing that, then you start swaying it to that debate thing and then argument. And I don't like going there. I just like to hear views and stuff like that, because I'm trying to concentrate where I have views. I have my neighbors here, and I have one neighbor. He's complete opposite of me, politically and all that, and socially. Very smart man, has business, very well off and stuff like that. And I have to respect that. But I scratch my head. Doesn't he see? But people want to see what they want to see. As far as that's how I look at it, and that's their view. And I'm not going to degrade it or anything like that. It's just like, okay, but the person is still a decent citizen here in our community and stuff like that. So I'm not going to, just you have a good discussion about things and stuff like that, because even people that have complete opposite views of me, they'll say, you know what, they understand if there's more, because the thing is, once you start understanding, you realize that the little bit you disagree on, there's so much more that you can agree on, as far as outside the P word of politics. Okay. And just being good and kind to your fellow human being and stuff like that, which we try and do, I guess. I guess it's called maturity. Have I matured? I don't know. The miss would say no. Let's see what's in the news here. What do we got for time? We've been just BSing here and stuff. That's good. I like that. It's a good conversation here and that's one of the aspects that I do like about live streaming and stuff. It gives me an opportunity to talk and have conversations and stuff. Let's see, what do we have in the news for Fox News? They're doing this trunk and treat. Instead of going door to door, they have all these organizations. They meet in a parking lot, and they have the cars there, and they have candy for the kids. We've talked about that one on the weekend edition, so there might not be anything new. Let me go over it here. Okay, here's something. This is on let's see. Let's go to this one. I want to read this one. Let's go ahead and read this. This is an article on the local radio station here in Owego, New York, WEBO. It's a radio station I listen to quite frequently. And let's see. Let's get this up here. And what you have here is a picture of the festivities that took place last Friday. And there's a picture of the fire trucks. The Owego Fire Department was out. And what had transpired was the Village of Owego hosted the annual appreciation night that was in Marvin Park from 5:30 to 9:30. They had fireworks. There was music, bonfire. There was even a hot air balloon you could ride on, a helicopter ride. You could touch a truck, a fire truck. There was food trucks, or there was food, drinks. The event was free, and it was put on by the Village of Owego, Owego Police Department, and Owego Fire Department, and Owego EMS, and many community partners and sponsors. So that's one of the things where the community gets together. And like I was just saying, a community that was getting together, all those people don't agree on the same thing, but they know the importance of coming together and celebrate community. And the Village of Owego, New York, as well as the other communities here in Tioga County, they all appreciate where they live at. I do appreciate where I live at and stuff. And Tioga County is a great county. It's rural, but it's to put it this way, in Lord of the Rings perspective, Tioga County would be like the Shire of New York. There's nothing really going on here, even though there could be, but we're influenced by Mount Doom would be, or Mordor would be down in downstate New York City. Sauron's Tower would be Albany. So to put it in that perspective, anything goes. It's they're both AM and FM. It's 107.7. You can listen to actually on the page here. You can actually listen to those are the radio stations from the Radican. I have no affiliation with them. I've had meet Mr. Radican. I should say he's younger than me, and I call him Mr. Radigan. But WEBO is the main channel, and it is rural is preferable. Yeah, I do. Yes, exactly. Anything goes. Grow your own apple, chat. Yeah, I don't get that much in apples. I like eating apples, and I like the fact that it's our New York State's fruit. But this is one of the things for community that WEBO does do, and they put that up there, and that's what I'm doing with these news articles from the from Fox 40. That's most of them are up in Broome County, but Broome County it's sort of our sister county and stuff like that. Let's see. Anything goes. He's talking about the radio here. Let's see. Bro, Vermont Public Radio won't let me listen online without letting them spy on my. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the thing. You got the cookies. Yeah, I know what you're talking about that. So get a transistor radio. Aren't they on the regular radio station, or are they just strictly internet radio? See, WEBO you can listen to on the radio, but I can also listen to the 102 channel. I can't get for some reason, because the mountains interfere with it. I get their 102 channel. But I do listen to the WEBO online, and also I listen to tune in on here. Oh, is Rogan Fire in here? Did I miss him? Oh, Rogan Fire, I'm sorry. I missed one of your comments. You're here. You're coming in from Australia. I'm sorry. Political and religion's hard to have conversations on these subjects without people getting personal. Exactly. Going back to there, Rogan. I just noticed your comment there, Rogan. I'm sorry. I didn't realize you were in the comments. Okay, all's good. Okay, I just noticed that. I just it's important that you're part of the conversation. So, hi, mate. All good. Yeah. Hi. I'm glad to see you there, my friend. Coming in on the Twitch side. Let's see. Anything goes. I just boycott lots of stuff to listen to, but somehow my taxes pay for VPN. Yes, exactly. Yeah. But it's all good. You got to make decisions and stuff like that. But my father used to say, if you look at the decisions you make, is it going to really matter in 100 years? As we could see, 100 years ago, we had kids stealing stuff. We're laughing about it now, but back then that was some serious shit that was going on and stuff like that. So let's see. Let's go with let's see what else we got here. So the Radican Media, it's WEBO Choice 102. That's out of Waverly. I listen to those two channels. 102 comes in really clear on the radio and stuff like that, so I listen to them. Let's see. Nothing there. Oh, we had two Navy aviators declared. Oh, declared dead after a fighter crashed in Washington State. What's that all about? 2 crew members missing following the crash of a fighter jet. So it was two-person jet in mountainous terrains in Washington State during a routine training flight. It was an EA-18G Growler jet. Growler jet. What does that look like? That's one of the ones that are on a carrier, I think. Oh, it's an F-18. It's an F-18 Growler. It's a 2-seater. Yeah, that's an airplane that was on Top Gun that crashed. So that's bad thing. I think I heard something about that last night. So I'm not gonna go with the video and stuff like that. Let's see. What else do we have? We have nothing else on WBNG. Oh, here's a good one. Let's go with this one. Let's see. Let's talk about this one. Ozzy Osbourne inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I always thought he was in there, but he's not. This is on WAAL. This is another radio station that comes out of in the Triple Cities area, 91.1. They're associated with WEBO or WNBF. Ozzy Osbourne was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Saturday night, becoming the 27th artist to be inducted more than once. Okay, so he was in there, joining individuals such as John Lennon, Stevie Nicks, and Neil Young. I'm off to earn my salt. Good morning and good luck with out there. Okay, anything goes, VT Vermont. Thank you for being here. Greatly appreciate it as far as that goes. Thank you very much. And you have a great day, my friend. Great day. Thank you for the conversation this morning. So there he is. I'm off to earn my salt. So you go into the day job, as I used to call it. Thank you for being here on the Rumble side. Greatly appreciate it. Take care. So Ozzy Osbourne, he and who's that? Who do we got there? Hey, first time chatter Angel. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. You're over there on the Twitch side. Angel is fine. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. We're just talking about how Ozzy Osbourne is inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He's the first inductee in 2006 as a member of Black Sabbath. Oh, he was under Black Sabbath. Now this is as him as a solo. I'd say off to earn the candies. Yeah, there we go, Gregory. Have a good one. Anything goes from Gregory. So he's in twice. One was for Black Sabbath. Now is just for himself. His latest inductee comes as a solo career, which started in 1980 when he released Blizzards of Oz after he was fired from the band he helped form. Osbourne is inducted into the Hall of Fame by actor and frontman Jack Black, the greatest frontman in history of rock and roll. Ozzy Osbourne said Black of the cover. Blizzard of Oz was the most metal thing I've ever seen, and I didn't even know what metal was. Then I went back to Ozzy's early albums, to Black Sabbath, and I was like, oh, unholy shit, this mother effer invented heavy metal, the darkest, heaviest shit. That's from Jack Black. Osbourne is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, seated on a throne. Osbourne accepted his award, as you can see in the picture from Jack Black there on the left with the beard, standing to a standing ovation. I can't believe I'm here myself, Osbourne said during a shirt speech, whatever that is. My fans have been so loyal to me over the years. I can't think of them enough. But he's had a pretty a pretty interesting career as far as that goes. So congratulations, Ozzy Osbourne. Let me see. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Let's see. Anything else in the news? No, something we have already gone over. Let's see, we've gone over that. Oh, here's this. Is this a story here? Okay, let's go over this story here. This is another story. Operation Brotherly Love. Mason's Lodge in Troy brings hurricane relief to supplies in North Carolina. Okay, let's go ahead and get this set up. I like hearing about stories. This is continuing. This is ongoing. These people are in need in North Carolina as well as other areas down there south. But there's some very troubling areas. And it looks like the local Masons at a Mason Lodge in Troy. This must be Troy. We'll see what Troy, Pennsylvania. So let's see what this one's about.
Over the past few weeks, the Trojan Masonic Lodge 306 in Troy, Pennsylvania held their usual meetings and came up with an idea to help Helene victims in North Carolina. WENY's Alicia Solorzano headed to the truck donation site, and she joins us now to tell us about Operation Brotherly Love. Alicia.
Marcy, I was able to spend some time with Masonic Lodge members Cliff, Brian, and Larry as they took in donations from local do-gooders and loaded up a truck. The truck itself was donated by Cliff, who will be driving down to North Carolina with supplies like water, toilet paper, handmade gifts, and more. While North Carolina is a ways away from our region, that hasn't stopped Masonic Lodge members in Troy, Pennsylvania from trying to lend a helping hand to those affected by Hurricane Helene.
Everybody in our area has just been wonderful, collecting all kinds of items from water to baby goods, dry food, clothing, warm hats, mittens, candles, everything to anything and everything. It's just to make the community be able to take care of their daily lives, to have a little bit of normalcy while there's so much chaos.
Over the course of the last few days, the Masons have been taking in donations, organizing the items, and loading up Rigby's truck. Not only do they have items like food and cleaning supplies, but they even received hand-knitted hats and sewn pouches filled with shower materials and a book.
It is truly heartwarming to see the response from the community, not just in Troy, but the whole surrounding area. To see people really understanding the need and the variety of items that are needed, and they're addressing that need. And it's so heartwarming, and it really brings back your faith in humanity. And we're just so happy to help facilitate this.
Ward, another one of the lodge members, says many people in the area don't know that the Masons are even present in the community. He added that they are a fraternal organization that cares about the world, which is why they felt they needed to do something to help. In the last several years, the Northern Tier has seen devastation from natural disasters, so the members say they sympathize.
The emotions and people just willing to give from their heart and their stories of, because we've had flooding. We've had flooding here in years past, and so many people said, we know what it's like, and they wanted to give back.
Rigby will drive his supply-filled truck down to a local Masonic lodge in Waynesville, North Carolina on Monday morning. From there, the items will be brought to a small warehouse and distribution spot for locals to utilize and disperse to people around the Asheville area. Marcy.
So there you have community taking care of another community distance away. And that's example of humanity at work. And I like those. They as far as helping out. And that's just a scratch of the surface of just one organization helping out the folks. And I can attest to that fact that I know what flooding is, because we had flooding here in the Southern Tier back in 2011. 2016 was bad. You never forget that. It's not as, I could just say on the level that I experienced, what I see, what little I see on the news and stuff, it's like tenfold what's happening down in North Carolina right now. So I think this is good works. And let's see, Rogan Fire says, I was in a Cyclone hurricane back in 2010. They had helicopter food us. Yeah, the same. Yeah, and that's what when you get a real natural disaster. I've been through typhoons in the Philippines when I was stationed there, and you just see the sheer power, and they just knock the crap out of the community. So when you have communities coming together, and like Rogan Fire says, it's great to see community spirit. And that news piece right there is a great example of community spirit helping distant communities that are really in need right now. So so my hat's off there to the Masons in Troy. As far as that goes, we really appreciate the efforts that you're doing and stuff like that. And that was off of WENY News, which is out there in Elmira. That's the west. That's to the west of where I'm at, and we appreciate that. Let's see. For the rest of the news, I'm not seeing anything. I think we're going to end on that note right there with the because of Mrs. Oh, you're spreading it?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Don't worry, I won't show my morning beauty.
Your morning beauty. You know what? We talked about rock and roll. Let's go ahead. This is we're going to talk about let's see. Let's end with this. Let's see. How much time we got? Okay, we're at 154. Let me end with this one. Let's see why October 20th, which was yesterday, matters in rock history. We had Saturday, a little bit of rock history there with Ozzy Osbourne getting inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for a second time. And but let's see, for the 20th of October, which was yesterday, October 20th, which was Sunday, why it matters, and here are some reasons why that day mattered in rock history. In 1976, Led Zeppelin's film "The Song Remains the Same" which mixed concert footage with scripted narrative, premiered in New York City back in 1976. 1977, that was the year I graduated. Lynyrd Skynyrd, vocalist, Ronnie Van Zant, guitarist, Steve Garnes, his sister Cassie, and a backing singer died when they. This is Lynyrd Skynyrd. Lynyrd Skynyrd passed away yesterday in 1977. Their rental plane crashed in Mississippi. The other four members of the band were badly injured. Skynyrd was flying to Baton Rouge, where they were set to play at the Louisiana State University. And this is very significant. I was in basic training when that happened. And when we got word that night, everyone in the I could tell you that I was in basic training. When we got news that it was towards the end of the duty day, we're all in our barracks and stuff like that. You heard throughout Lackland Air Force Base on that day back in 1977, the radios were on the local San Antonio rock and roll channel, and they were blasting Lynyrd Skynyrd. The drill instructors, we call them training instructors in the Air Force, they could have came in and said, shut that shit down. And they did. They just let it go because that was a real shocker because Lynyrd Skynyrd, they were the group back in the 70s and stuff like that. They were, even if you didn't like rock and roll, I think you had to like Lynyrd Skynyrd. 1973, the Rolling Stones had the #1 song in the country with Angie. 1978, the Police made their U.S. performance debut at CBGB in New York City, whatever CBGB is. But the Police made their debut in 1978 here in the States. 1980, U2 released the debut album Boy, which included the hit single I Will Follow. And in 2012, Fun started an 8-week run on the top of rock and roll charts with the hit song Some Night. And that's what happened yesterday, October 20th, in rock history. So That's pretty cool. Pretty cool as far as that goes. And let's see. So we're going to end it with that. Let me just check here. Yeah, WENY. We got KGB. Let's see. There's nothing on 105. KISS 104. Is there any articles? They got an article about prisons. I'm not going to talk about prisons. And let's see, 106.5 up there in Buffalo. No. Let's see. Nothing in 106. Nothing. Let's see, 93.7. That's another Buffalo channel. They got some interesting articles, but we've been on for 2 hours, so I'm going to go ahead and end it here, folks, and get our day started and see what happens. So I want to say thank you for being in the chat there. Tina, our Jersey girl, thank you very much for being here. Greatly appreciated. Thank you, Tony D, my brother veteran, my good friend and fellow broadcaster. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Gregory, Dr. Gregory. Let's see. He's saying, have a cracker day, sir. Gonna send you a message soon. I've been looking into getting started on. Okay, Lord of the Rings Online. Very good. I'll be looking for that. And first time chatter there. Karomi. Hey, yeah, we're getting ready. And Rogers Fire. See ya. Thank you for being in the chat there, coming in from the great continent and great country and our good friends from Australia. Thank you, my friend. You have a great one. You're just finishing your day as we're getting our day started here. I want to say thank you to Tim Fan 40 for being here. Greatly appreciated. Anything goes, Vermont. Thank you very much for being here. Good conversation with you, my friend. Good conversation. And I think that's about it. We had another first-time chatter there. Rogue Fighter, Gregory. Who's the other first-time chatter? Oh, Angel. Angel was here. Thank you, Angel, coming in also. You all have a great one. And put this up. There we go. You have a cracking day, my Dr. Greg. Appreciate it. And as well as Rogue Fire. Thank you very much. You all have a great one. This is Rich Roberts at Fireman Rich, wishing you all well. You can find me over there on X, at Fireman Rich on X. And just Google at Fireman Rich and you'll see where I'm at. On the audio side, it's Spotify for podcasters. You can just put at Fireman Rich in Spotify and just put Fireman Rich and you'll see you'll get the audios there and whatever your podcasting listening platform is, but we're over on the audio side, so thank you very much. And if you're watching this on the replay, thank you also. You all have a great one. Live life, have fun. Ciao for now. As always, peace. Take care, folks. Have a great Monday.